Hey Tiggies. Okay, today we are doing a Pride and Prejudice and Zombies Many. I really hope you like it. Let's get into it. The polishes for this one are from NCLA's Pride and Prejudice and Zombies collab collection. Firstly, we have a duo pack of a light pink polish and then a really bright red blood glitter polish. On the back of the pack, there's instructions on how to create a blood splatter mani using these polishes. The second one is what looks like black, like there's another duo pack, what looks like black and a gold, but it's not actually black. It is this deep, dark, like old blood color. It's like a super dark burgundy, which definitely looks black on the nail. I'm also using a stamping plate today because I, am a glutton for punishment, but I really wanted to use this kind of filigree design from the Cheeky Beauty plate. It's a jumbo plate number 3. It's called European Romance. Before we get into the nail art, I also wanted to show you the NCLA nail wraps, which are also in this collection, the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies collection. I've only got 2 of the designs. I believe that there is 3. But, all the details about everything I use will be in the description box down below, as per usual. So these are really cool. You can just use those instead of painting your nails. So, yay! Moving on to the nail art, I'm starting off with my base coat, which is OPI's Nail Envy, and I use 2 coats of that, by the way. And then on my pinky and my index, I'm going to add 2 coats of this really rich, dark, bloody, kind of almost black polish from NCLA. I wanted to show you how it paints on. It's actually really beautiful shade, but I wanted to, if you like, the first coat shows you what the color is, the second coat just makes it look black. Now, it's definitely not a cream, but it is a very highly pigmented jelly, I would say, especially on the first coat. Next, we're moving on to the 2 middle nails, and I'm using that very light pink. That is definite 2 coats. It is a cream, but it most definitely needs 2 coats for absolute sure. Those 2 coats are dry. I'm adding a coat of Seche Vite just to make sure I have a little bit of wiggle room with my stamping, just in case I muck it up again. Now coming back to the pinky and the index, I'm going to add that bright blood splatter glitter over this dark nail to give it a blood splatter effect. So I'm going to use some of Bliss Kiss's Simply Peel Liquid Latex Barrier because I got a new bottle the other day. Yay! And now this is a different type of bottle. It has a different application. It's just like a squeezy bottle with a fine tipped edge. And I don't find it a problem to paint that on the skin around my nails at all. Like if I wanted to do an intricate design or something like that, I'd grab a paintbrush instead. But this actually works really well. I was very surprised. I was skeptical, to be honest. Speaking of using a paintbrush with this stuff, I am actually going to do that on the middle of my nail because I want to blank out a little bit of the nail that I don't want to have stamped. So I'm doing sort of like a triangle at the middle of my nail, and because I don't want the stamping to go on that bit. Going to do something as similar to this. Make sure that you put a little bit of the latex, sort of make sure it's touching the latex that's on the skin around your nails, and that way you'll have something to pick up. It'll come off your nail a lot easier. So, like, I didn't have a mishap, but it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. I have to be totally honest with you about that. So what happened was when I painted that triangle, right, of latex so that I didn't want any stamping to be there. And so it ended up with quite a lot of not stamping, like stuff that wasn't stamped on my nail. More than I really wanted, and kind of made the design look a bit naff, to be honest. But anyway, look, I liked how it ended up turning out in the end, so otherwise you would never have seen it. Trust me, you would never have seen it. But yeah, so yeah. God, it's just ridiculous. So in an effort to kind of fix the disaster that was the stamping, which, I mean, it wasn't really the stamp's fault, it wasn't the stamping's fault, it was just my idea of how it was going to turn out didn't, eventuate. So I ended up putting that bright red blood splatter glitter in that sort of void area. So, and like, I really do like how it turned out. It sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it? Yeah, anyway. Anywho, let's move on to the middle nail. And again, I'm using the liquid latex on the skin around my nails from Bliss Kiss, which is called Simply Peel, just to repeat myself. And we're just doing a full stamping. We're not going to try and do anything fancy. We're just going to fully stamp this design onto this middle nail. And it turned out okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. As per usual, thankfully, or thanks to the Simply Peel liquid latex barrier, I have virtually nothing to clean up. The middle nail was complete. I decided to go back to the ring fingernail and add a little bit more blood splatter just to try and save this nail. Once all of that is done, you can go ahead and seal it all in with a good quality top coat. Of course, I am using Seche Vite as per usual. And that's it for this one. I really hope you like it. Although I do think I'm fast becoming the girl that you watch who just completely stuffs up all the time. Like, I really don't. I've got a couple of videos coming up that I'll show you. I'll prove to you that I don't stuff up all the time. But when I do, I think it's important that I show you those mistakes so that you can see how I might fix them or not, you know. Sometimes I just don't. But, yeah, anyway. Sorry. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, and thanks for that delicious thumbs up. Bye.